Good morning, everybody. So today I'm acting as the cleaning manager and the cleaner of my cleaning company, Quidos Cleaning Services, and I'm doing a grease removal job from a grease trap from a commercial kitchen in Newcastle. So I thought I'd do a video just to show you the process that we'll follow, the health and safety procedures, and how we dispose of the hazardous waste. So stay tuned. Hello everyone, right, I've arrived on site and this is what we're going to be cleaning today. This is the grease trap from an extraction canopy system in a commercial kitchen. So I need to empty all the grease out of this grease trap, transport it safely and dispose of it safely. So the first thing I do when I arrive on site is carry out a point of risk assessment. So I'm looking for any immediate hazards in the area, make sure there's no sharp edges, make sure there's no fire risk, make sure there's no slippery surfaces, and make sure the fire exits are clear and I know where they are located. I then make sure I put a cleaning sign out just to warn anybody in the area that there's going to be cleaning taking place. I've got my PPE, so I've got my glasses, so I don't want anything in my eyes. When I'm using the strong chemicals, I've got a P3 mask. I've got chemical gloves, so when I'm dealing with hazardous chemicals and that, I can protect my hands and my skin. I've got my spill containment, so I'll be emptying all the grease into these containers. I'll be then sealing the containers and marking them with grease. They will then be transported to another big container that I have, which the grease is collected in and then collected by a hazardous waste company. Because as you know, Quidos Cleaning Services is ISO 14001 and 45001 certified, so we've got to make sure we follow all the protocols for protecting the environment and keeping hazardous chemicals contained and disposed of safely. So you can see all the residue, all the hazardous chemicals from the cooking that takes place in this restaurant, all being collected in one place in the grease trap. So this is a very efficient extraction canopy system. It's important that all this waste is contained, stored and transported by a registered company that deals with hazardous waste. But my responsibility as being certified as 14001 is to make sure that all hazardous waste is disposed of correctly in order to protect the environment. So we have 2 containers full, nicely sealed, and on the spill containment, and I think there's enough for 1 more, and then we'll go and clean it with the strong chemical to remove the fire hazard. Right, so now it's time to mix the strong chemical. So this is a really strong chemical. If you get it on your skin, it'll burn your skin and you don't want to breathe it in either. So PPE wise, make sure you wear mask, make sure we've got the goggles on so we don't get it in my eyes, chemical gloves, and again make sure it's done in some spill containment because we don't want the chemicals spilling anywhere. So this is a foam sprayer. We use a foam sprayer so it soaks into the grease easier, so it's easier to remove. Right, so I've got as much out as I can with the jug and the rags. Again, the rags are safely contained with the grease in. And now I'm letting the chemical set in, and then it should clean off easy. And that's the grease trap totally cleaned and free from any fire hazard. So we'll be back in another 3 months to do the same again. All the grease has been contained safely and put in the back of the van, and we've cleaned up after ourselves. Job well done. So just for anybody that doesn't know, this is the Quidos cleaning van, just so you recognise it. And if you need any commercial or domestic cleaning services, just give us a call. As you can see, the waste is being transferred safely in a bund, so there's no risk of spilling. This will be taken home, emptied into a large metal drum, and then when it's full, I'll have a company come and collect it. I will receive the collection and delivery note to comply with the ISO 14001 management system.